What were the Celtics doing defensively to keep you to 1 point tonight?
I think it was mainly what I did to myself. I think mentally I was thinking too much, overthinking the plays, and wasn't just out there flowing and playing the way I play.
Yeah, that is a real box score. Ben Simmons played 30 minutes, only took 4 shots, had 5 turnovers, and ended the game with 1 point.
What?
In a playoff game that the 76ers would blow a 22-point lead. The 76ers would eventually lose that series, but this wouldn't be his only disappointment. In the 2019 playoffs, Giannis Antetokounmpo was coming off of an MVP. The Bucks had the best record in the NBA, but it all came apart in the Eastern Conference Final. Giannis, with one of the most efficient seasons ever, shooting 58% from the field, shot 45% against the Raptors. Stepping up. That's what players need to do in the playoffs. We've seen players like LeBron, Kawhi, Jimmy Butler all raise their level of play with the lights shining their brightest. Others have faltered. Giannis has said that I don't want to get to that same point again and have that same defense work. In this season, with the championship up for grabs, no overpowering Thanos Warriors, players have a chance to prove themselves. These players in particular, well, they have a chance to redeem themselves and just need to do one thing. What is up, dudes, dudettes, ballers, players? It's your boy MJ. The NBA is sorta back. Damn, Nets. Also, Ben Simmons made a 3.
Nani?
We in a crazy simulation right now. We're gonna get straight into the video, but just want to say we're doing one hot take go again tonight on Twitch. You get to give your hot take to me on Discord and we debate live. Y'all really like doing that.
I think Zion is overrated, and Bol would be actually great. Like he's gonna be better than him in a couple of years.
But you also have to consider.
You have to consider that Kyrie dropped 40 in Game 6. New reaction channel, span that up. Videos will be coming next week. Not gonna even say, please subscribe. Y'all go crazy on that. Run up to 6,666 likes, cause why not? And I'm always looking out for all of you, so I know of a great way to earn cash and gift cards, like from Best Buy and Amazon, so you can buy that VC from 2K to open packs to get Bobo, so you can just cheese and do this.
They were looking to make strides in that area.
And so thanks to the sponsor of today's video, Swagbucks. With Swagbucks, all you gotta do is watch some videos, play games, take surveys, all while staying inside your house, which is important. I've tried them and they do a really great job in giving rewards. So go click the link in the description for an extra $5 bonus when taking your first survey. They're literally handing out free money. What was interesting about this series was the fact that the Bucks had a 2-0 series lead, and then Pierce said the Bucks got this, and if you know Paul Pierce, he's always wrong.
That's easy. I can say that off the bat. That's me.
Till that point in the playoffs, Giannis was averaging 27.4 points, 11.4 rebounds, and 4.4 assists in only 31.5 minutes. And then in the 6-game series, he would only average 22.7 points in 38.5 minutes per game, shooting 45% from the field, which is ridiculously low for Giannis. Yeah, he would average 2.7 blocks and 1.2 steals. Defensively, Giannis was still doing his thing, but the Raptors dictated what Giannis would do offensively. In fact, in the last 4 games, Giannis averaged 20.5 points in 40 minutes a game. Something that is just... what? And as a result, the Bucks suffered. That whole team is built around Giannis, so how did the Raptors do it? Apart from having great individual defenders like Kawhi Leonard, who got him pretty good,
I am having a very bad day.
the Raptors forced Giannis to read the defense. What do I mean by that? Well, the Raptors would provide help and make a wall, both in transition and in the half-court setting, even to the point of leaving individual shooters wide open. But they forced Giannis to make a read, a different read each time. Giannis likes attacking from straight on rather than taking on angle from the wing. Sometimes the help defense would stunt and remain in the passing lane, other times they would fully commit. Defenses do this all the time, but what the Raptors did that was great was that it never had the same look and forced Giannis Giannis, who isn't the best playmaker, to make a unique decision each time. So a lot more times than not, Giannis would sort of make a predetermined decision and roll with it, meaning he would pass when he probably could have taken it himself, which may feel like Giannis was shying away from taking it into his own hands. Other times, he would take it when it was better to pass. Now that could work on a lot of teams because Giannis is big enough, fast enough, and skilled enough. Yeah, I said skill. James Harden.
Like, that takes no skill at all.
To maneuver around defenders or finish over them. But teams with a good amount of big bodies means that margin for error is less. Add to that being good smart defenders, and there really isn't much room for error. Giannis didn't get much space to take advantage of his long strides. Like right here, Ibaka is guarding Giannis, staying on his right hip, keeping him in front while leading him into Siakam, which would mean Giannis would either have to finish over Siakam while going left and having to worry about Ibaka blocking him from behind, or make a pass out to the corner that Siakam was already leaning towards. Giannis does neither and takes a mid-range jumper instead, which ain't it. The whole point of the Raptors defense was to make someone else beat them, not Giannis. And props to the Raptors. Nick Nurse did a really good job adjusting on the fly. He did that with the Warriors too, but that is what you face in the playoffs. Giannis needs to force the hand of the defense. The one thing he has improved this season besides his three-pointer is his post-game and his ability to work his way into the paint slowly and methodically. Giannis is now the most efficient post scorer in the NBA, upping his field goal percentage by 5.8% from last season, while keeping almost the same frequency as last season. Instead of everything being off of momentum and fast break, Giannis can work his way into the paint and force the defense to make a decision to fully commit or not. This slows the game down and then he can make the right play because his playmaking still hasn't advanced to that level where he's perfect in split-second decisions. That takes advantage of his dominance because who's really staying in front of Giannis when he's backing you down? And that makes the defense play Giannis versus Giannis changing because of the defense. What I'm saying isn't just my analysis. Giannis echoed the same exact thing himself, saying about his postgame, just working on it, keep working on it. They're going to double team. It happens once, it happens twice, it happens a third time. Then you learn your lesson. You gotta be able to make the right pass. You gotta be able to have patience. Don't rush when you're down in the post or posting up at the elbows. At the end of the day, it's a lot of film, a lot of tape that I watch to see where they're coming from and how can I be able to make the right pass and punish the defense. Now that he's developed this in his bag, he needs to actually use it if defenses key in on him, just like the Raptors did. Last year can be chalked up to inexperience. Giannis was never the guy on a contending team before. This year, he knows the deal and has the right counter. It's on him to step up. But Giannis has stepped up more than another player who also can't really shoot, and that's Ben Simmons. Forget the 1-point game. This is what he averaged in the 7-game series against the Raptors last year. What is that?
I was thinking too much.
He almost averaged as many fouls as assists, and he was their point guard.
What?
Now, most people just excuse Ben Simmons most of the time because of the fact that he can't shoot and that if he could shoot, he'd be a great player, that he would be Magic Johnson. That was a hot take on Twitch. I'd like to amend that statement to, if he would shoot, period. What is that? Because Ben Simmons does not shoot. You know the other guy that I just talked about before? What's his name? Giannis? Well, he's not good at shooting threes either, but that doesn't stop his whole game. You mean to tell me that a 6'10" point forward that has great handles that can make plays like this,
A pass and a dunk.
And Simmons punching.
and this,
Simmons. Oh, beautiful look from Simmons down the Butler.
can't take more shots? Okay. Yes, Simmons is a solid defender who can guard all sorts of players pretty much 1 through 5 in most cases, but that's not what's in doubt. In the playoffs, pace slows down. We saw it with Giannis too when the Raptors forced him to be more in the half-court setting. Taking the transition away from Ben takes a lot of his best qualities, especially his ability to drive and make quick playmaking decisions. But in terms of half-court offense, he looks out of place. In fact, the whole Sixers look out of place. I don't think that's all on Ben Simmons. The Sixers and Brett Brown have done a horrible job in getting the most out of the Joel Embiid-Ben Simmons duo. The duo only has a .9 net rating in 38 games played. Yeah, that's tragic. But why? It's a point guard center combo, right? Well, yeah, but they don't really play together. A lot of times, it's give it to him be in the post. Other times, Ben gives up the ball early and stays in this area underneath the hoop as if he's playing power forward. But then there are no real playmakers on the floor. In fact, he became reliant on Jimmy Butler and then just sort of dip. Brett Brown has been against a pick and roll offense, which didn't make sense when your best players are a great passer and a dominant big man that can pop the three. The Sixers are second to last in pick and roll frequency in the whole league. On top of that, there hasn't been a leader that has held players accountable. Embiid has been the nice guy that rallies teammates together, which is important, but you need a guy that's also going to tell players what they need to do and hold them accountable when they don't. I don't see Brett Brown doing that. I don't see anyone doing that with Simmons, and maybe that's why the Sixers, who seem like they have all the potential, don't live up to it. The funny thing is that when Joel Embiid is out, Ben Simmons actually does a lot better in the regular season. Maybe because he's not supposed to be just the team's primary playmaker in that moment in time, he's supposed to be their main option. In the 9-game stretch without Embiid, Simmons averaged 21.6 points, 9.3 rebounds, and 7.9 assists, which is more production than is normal. In fact, per 100 possessions with Embiid off the court, Simmons is averaging more points, assists, and rebounds versus Simmons with Embiid. Now, points and rebounds make sense, but for even the assists to go down when Embiid is on the court just shows how Simmons and Embiid aren't utilizing each other. So when Embiid is off the court, Ben Simmons goes into overdrive mode and becomes more aggressive. There's no reason why Ben Simmons can't do what Giannis already does with more playmaking and a bit less dominance. And that's exactly what he does without Embiid. Ben Simmons has now been relegated to the power forward spot, which means he doesn't have to solely worry about running an offense and be more free. Shake Milton is also a really good complement piece. He can make a three, he can run a pick and roll with Ben Simmons as the roller. This allows Simmons to just move more. Simmons has gravity when he cuts, often bringing defenders with him, and you can run a very interesting 4-5 pick and roll like Giannis and Brook Lopez do, which can clear a center out of the way for Ben to run to the rim, or provide passes to Joel to get close into the mid-range and potentially into the post. Basically, Ben needs to be more active. Be the mismatch that you're meant to be, through pick and rolls, through more cuts. These Sixers have the talent, they just haven't shown out yet. The main reason why I chose Ben and Giannis was because these are two players that in today's modern game don't have a three, and at the same time have the ability to dominate. These are two players that are freaks in their own right, point forwards that run their team's offenses. For Giannis, the most likely MVP this season, it's really NBA Finals or bust. He has a chance to redeem last year. For Ben, he has to prove that he isn't shy of the lights and that he's worthy to be the max contract player. Both these players are capable of doing the things they need to do. They just need to do it. But what do you think? Will the Bucks make the finals? Will the Sixers make the Eastern Conference Finals? Drop a like for a skill. Yeah, new reaction channel, span that up. Videos will be coming next week. I'm gonna be on Twitch live listening to people give hot takes on Discord tonight, so yeah. Also, let me know in the comments if you want to see this for other players like James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Nikola Jokic, and what they need to do in the playoffs. And if you're still here, you a real one, so comment shoot so I know, because Ben Simmons needs to shoot. The Instagram shout of the day goes to Parker, and the all-day notification shout goes to the channel OG, Helen John. Thanks for the all-day support. Make sure to hit the bell for all notifications, and if you're not a sub, hit that subscribe button and join the all-day community for more fire content, all-day support. It's your boy MJ. We out, and we vibing.